You did not stumble upon this message by chance. Something in you was drawn here, pulled toward it by a force you may not be able to fully name yet, but one that your soul recognizes even if your mind is still catching up. A significant shift in your love life has already been set in motion, not by accident, not by coincidence, but by the very signal your own inner world has been quietly transmitting for days, perhaps even weeks. And today, that signal has found its answer. Think back over the past little while. Have you noticed a feeling sitting in your chest that you couldn't quite explain or place? A gentle but persistent stirring, like something important is hovering just beyond what you can see. It may have felt like a low hum of restlessness, or a soft kind of pressure that follows you through ordinary moments, through morning routines, through quiet evenings, through the spaces between conversations. Your logical mind may have tried to dismiss it, tried to file it under tiredness or stress or overthinking, but your heart has been telling a different story. Your heart has known that something is shifting, something is drawing closer, and that knowing is not anxiety, and it is not wishful thinking. It is something far more real than either of those things. Your inner changes, intuition, and past struggles are shaping you for a meaningful future connection, as life refines you and prepares aligned love and growth at the right time, preparing you to receive something that genuinely matches who you are, rather than settling for something that merely resembles it from a distance. What is coming is not a surface-level romance or a temporary emotional high. It is a connection that will quietly challenge everything you once thought you understood about what love actually is. It will go deeper than attraction, deeper than chemistry, deeper than the excitement of something new. And even before this connection takes form in your physical world, the signs of its approach are already surrounding you. You may not have recognized all of them yet, but they are there. Before this can fully materialize, though, something important is happening on the other side of the invisible thread that connects you to this person, something that helps explain why you have been waiting and why that waiting has had more purpose than it may have felt like in the hardest moments. While you move through your own days, handling your own responsibilities, navigating your own inner landscape, someone on the other side of your story is being shaped. Their experiences are not random either. They are being guided through loss, through realizations, through the kind of painful clarity that only arrives when something in your life finally falls apart in the right way, toward becoming the person who can truly honor you. Not the person they are right now, not the person they were when past chapters were being written, but the person they are actively in the process of becoming. Think of it this way. Imagine destiny as a patient and highly skilled sculptor, and this person as the raw material being worked with extraordinary care. Every difficult experience they are moving through right now is removing something that would have stood between them and the ability to truly see you. Every hard moment is chipping away at the fear and the pride and the emotional immaturity that would have prevented them from meeting you with the depth you deserve. What is being shaped is not someone perfect, it is someone ready. And readiness is rarer and more valuable than perfection. They may not know your name yet. They may not know what you look like or that you exist in any concrete, traceable way. But on the level where souls operate, they already sense that something important is approaching. There is a pull inside them that they are following without fully understanding where it leads. An urge to grow, to release old patterns, to become something different and better than what they have been. They are responding to that pull even without a clear explanation for why it feels so urgent, so necessary right now. And the universe is attending to both of you with the same intention, the same patience, the same extraordinary care. This preparation is not being rushed because what is being built needs to be built on something solid. This person is learning the specific lessons that will shape them into the partner you actually need, not a version you might have accepted in an earlier, less self-aware season of your life. They are developing the capacity for emotional presence, for patience that doesn't run out when things get complicated, for the kind of love that doesn't shrink back from difficulty, but moves through it alongside you. When they enter your life, they will not come to you empty or lost, or hoping you can fix something inside them. They will arrive having already done their own work, ready to protect what matters, ready to honor what is sacred, ready to show up with both their presence and their intention. A vital part of what is happening inside them right now is a kind of awakening, a gradual expansion of how they see and what they are capable of noticing. Their perception is being widened so that when your paths cross, they will be able to see beyond the surface of you. They will recognize the quiet strength you carry even in the moments you feel least sure of yourself. They will notice the depth that others rushed past. Where people in your past focused on what they wished were different about you, this person will see the truth of who you are and find it not just acceptable but extraordinary. Where you were once asked to make yourself smaller or simpler or less, this person will be the one urging you to take up more space, to let more of yourself be visible, to stop dimming what makes you distinctly and powerfully you. As part of their transformation, they may currently be going through significant upheaval. They could be in the process of ending a relationship that no longer fits who they are becoming. They could be closing chapters that held confusion or pain or patterns they have finally recognized as things they need to leave behind. Some people in this position spend a period in genuine solitude, using the silence not to hide, but to genuinely reflect and grow in ways that require privacy and stillness. All of this clearing is intentional. It is making room inside them, emotional room, energetic room, the kind of inner space that is needed to hold something real when it arrives. They are learning what it actually means to let go of unhealthy patterns. They are beginning to see love differently, not as a game with winners and losers, not as a transaction, not as something to protect themselves from, but as something worth treating with genuine care and reverence. They may be sitting with an emptiness right now that nothing around them seems able to fill. That emptiness is meaningful. It exists because it belongs to you. It is the exact shape of what you bring into a life, and it has been waiting for you specifically. They may be feeling restless without understanding why, sensing at the edges of their awareness that something significant is approaching. They may be having dreams of someone they cannot quite see clearly, but whose presence in the dream brings a feeling of peace so strong it follows them into waking. Their heart is actively softening. The walls that once felt like protection are becoming less solid, less necessary, as they prepare to meet you without barriers standing in the way. This is not someone who loves lightly or without conviction. This is someone who has moved through emotional fire to arrive at a place where they are capable of meeting the depth of what you bring. And understanding this should give the waiting a different quality entirely. You are not being forgotten. You are not being overlooked by a universe that is simply too busy to attend to your life. What is being prepared for you requires time, because it requires real transformation in another human being, and real transformation cannot be rushed without being undermined. When the moment comes, this person will recognize you as the answer to something they have been quietly carrying without a name for it. They will look at you with eyes that have been genuinely trained by experience and growth to see past appearances and straight into the substance of who you are. And in that moment, every challenge they endured, every season of confusion or pain or lonely reflection will suddenly make a kind of sense it never did before, because you will be standing there as the living proof that none of it was pointless. This preparation is happening on both sides. While they are learning how to love with courage and maturity, you are learning your own deeply important lessons. You are learning to value yourself in ways that perhaps you did not fully grasp before. You are developing clearer boundaries around your time and your energy and your emotional space. You are discovering, slowly and sometimes painfully, that your worth is not something you need to negotiate or prove or earn in any relationship, and every step you take toward genuinely honoring yourself moves things forward on their side too. The two journeys are not separate. They are moving in harmony, even across the distance, even without either of you being fully aware of it. What you are moving toward is not a conventional experience. It will not follow the predictable patterns or fit neatly into the expectations that most people carry about what relationships are supposed to look like. It will feel familiar in the strangest and most beautiful way, as though you are meeting someone you somehow already know, as though you are returning to a connection that has existed far beyond the boundaries of this particular life. It will not be built on dependence or on the fear of being alone. It will be built on something rarer and more sustainable. Mutual freedom combined with mutual devotion. Two people choosing each other consciously, repeatedly, from a place of genuine wholeness rather than need. When this person enters your life, the bond will feel distinct from everything that came before it because it carries a purpose that goes beyond comfort or company or even happiness. It will lift both of you. It will expand what you each thought you were capable of. It will bring a kind of fulfillment that reaches into the places inside you that have never quite been touched before. This is why you are guided here today. This is why your heart has been feeling what it has been feeling. The devotion that is coming your way, this particular quality of being genuinely cherished and held at the very center of someone's heart, will not be something abstract or theoretical. It will show up in the texture of everyday life in ways that may take your breath away in their simplicity. This person will look at you in a way that doesn't stop at the surface. Their gaze will carry something that reaches into the actual center of who you are and find something there that they consider rare and precious and absolutely worth protecting. You will not need to perform for them. You will not need to curate a version of yourself that is acceptable and presentable and carefully managed. Simply being honestly yourself will be to them more than enough. More than enough. It will be what they have been looking for. When you speak, every word will land somewhere real with them. They will not hear only the surface of what you say. They will listen for what lives underneath it, the fears, the memories, the desires, the things you are still finding words for. They will receive all of it with genuine interest and genuine care. Not because they feel they are supposed to, not because they are performing attentiveness, but because your inner world will be genuinely fascinating to them. You will not have to repeat yourself to feel heard. You will not have to raise your voice to feel acknowledged. Your simple presence in a room will be enough to draw their complete and unhurried attention. They will notice the small things, the details that others overlooked or forgot almost immediately, the subtle preferences, the quiet expressions, the tiny things that make up the specific and irreplaceable person you are. And they will hold those details carefully, treating each one as something that brings them closer to understanding you more fully. To them, learning you will feel like the most meaningful and worthwhile thing they could spend their time doing. You will no longer recognize the exhausting pattern of having to fight for someone's attention or justify your importance in their life. That particular tiredness will simply be gone. This person will give you their presence willingly and freely, without you having to ask for it or earn it again and again. Because they understand something in their bones that not everyone comes to understand. They know that loving you is a privilege. It is not something they are owed, and it is not something they take for granted. It is a gift they receive with awareness and gratitude. You will never need to prove your value to them. You will never find yourself wondering where you stand or whether you matter. In their eyes, you will not be one option among several reasonable options. You will be the only answer that makes complete and clear sense when they look at their life and ask what they want it to contain. Their devotion will be strong, but it will not be suffocating. It will not come with strings or conditions or the weight of someone else's unhealed wounds being placed on your shoulders. They will arrange their life in ways that allow your happiness to exist naturally within it, not because they feel empty without you, but because honoring you and contributing to your well-being will feel like a genuine part of their own sense of purpose. One of the clearest signs of this kind of bond is how this person will carry your name when you are not in the room. They will speak about you with warmth and with pride. They will not allow misunderstanding or disrespect to go unchallenged when it comes to you. Their quiet admiration for you will be visible in how they speak about you, even when they are trying to contain it. And when they think about their future, you will not be an afterthought or an optional detail. You will be the central presence around which their vision for what comes next naturally organizes itself. What makes this even more remarkable is that this closeness will never feel constraining. It will not come with the claustrophobia of a love that holds too tight. This person will understand in a way that feels almost instinctive how to balance deep closeness with the space that allows both people to breathe and grow and continue becoming. The relationship will feel like open land, something vast and safe simultaneously, where there is always room to move and always a place to return to. They will never try to reshape you. They will never apply quiet pressure for you to become something more convenient or less complex. They will celebrate what makes you distinct. They will encourage the dreams that matter to you. They will respect your need for solitude, for independence, for the parts of yourself that belong entirely to you. They will find those parts of you worth admiring, not worth managing. If you have spent time in relationships where you felt you had to hide certain parts of yourself, where your full brightness made other people uncomfortable, where you dimmed something essential about who you are just to make things easier, this coming connection will be the reversal of all of that. This person will want you to be more of yourself, not less. Your success will not threaten them. Your growth will not create distance between you. Your expansion will actually feed the bond and strengthen it, because they will understand that a love worth anything grows alongside the people it holds, not in spite of their growth. When you face difficulty, when self-doubt arrives or circumstances push back against you, this person will be steady beside you without trying to rush you through your process or fix what doesn't need fixing. Their patience will have a width and a depth to it that you may initially find surprising, because you have not always been met with that kind of patience before. They will trust your process, they will trust your becoming, and simply being witnessed that way, without judgment, without an agenda, will do something healing inside you that you didn't even fully realize you needed. You will also serve as mirrors for each other in the most genuine sense. Simply being authentically yourself in this person's presence will awaken something in them, not because you are trying to inspire them, but because honesty and depth have that effect on people who are ready to receive them. They will want to face their own unfinished work. They will feel a real desire to grow beyond their own limitations, and that desire will come from a place of genuine wanting rather than fear. The growth between you will not be forced or demanded. It will flow, steady and natural and mutual. You will protect each other's evolution rather than threaten it. The emotional intimacy between you will exist at a level beyond what physical attraction alone could ever create. Though the physical pull will be real and undeniable, what will hold you together runs deeper than that. A rare combination of passion and genuine peace, of excitement that doesn't require anxiety to sustain it, of a silence between you that feels comfortable and easy rather than loaded with things left unsaid. Vulnerability will be met with gentleness here. Openness will be received with care. You will be free to be exactly who you are, including the parts you usually protect most carefully, knowing that your honesty will be held with something approaching reverence. This connection is already being built in the invisible space between you, in the energetic field that exists beyond what the eyes can see. And even now, before your physical lives have intersected, a channel between you is already open, a thread of connection that distance cannot weaken and circumstances cannot sever. Through this thread, something is already flowing: emotion, recognition, an understanding that belongs only to the two of you. Your lives are already touching in ways that may have gone unnoticed, but that are absolutely real. There is a long tradition of wisdom carried through mystic lineages and spiritual teachers across centuries that speaks of this kind of invisible bond. You may have encountered references to it in different forms: the red thread of fate, the silver cord, the soul contract. What all of these point toward is the same essential truth. Some connections exist at a level that physical reality is simply reflecting, not creating. The bond came first. The meeting is the world catching up to what has already been true. This is why you may have been experiencing sensations or feelings recently that didn't seem to originate in anything happening in your immediate life. Unexplained waves of peace washing over you in the middle of ordinary moments. Sudden warmth in your chest without a clear source. A smile that arrives without a reason you can point to. These things are not random. In many of those moments, Something is happening on the other side of your connection, a thought being held, a wound being healed, a quiet hope being sent outward toward you. You are picking it up. You are already in communication with this person in a way that operates below the level of words or meetings or anything your logical mind can easily track. Dreams are one of the places this communication becomes most transparent. When your conscious mind rests and the noise of daily life grows quiet, your spirit moves more freely. And in that freedom, it can meet the spirit of this person in a space that exists beyond ordinary boundaries. You may have had vivid dreams recently, encounters with someone whose presence carried an unmistakable feeling of peace and safety and belonging. Someone whose face you couldn't quite hold on to when you woke, but whose energy stayed with you long after the dream dissolved. Those are not random images produced by an idle, sleeping mind. They are genuine encounters happening in a space where the usual rules of physical proximity don't apply. In those moments, your souls are recognizing each other, encouraging each other, reminding each other that the distance is temporary and the waiting is almost done. Your body, too, is responding to this approaching reality in ways that are entirely real and entirely worth paying attention to. A sudden warmth spreading through your chest for no external reason. Chills moving through you in a moment of quiet thought. Unexplained emotion rising up without a traceable trigger. The occasional awareness of a scent that carries no visible source. Your body is more intuitive than you have been taught to believe. It is already sensing what is moving into your energetic space, and it is responding to that truth in the only language it has: physical sensation. These are not symptoms of something wrong. They are signals of something right. The world around you is participating in this too, in the quiet, symbolic language the universe has always used to communicate with those who are paying close enough attention. Repeating numbers appearing in unexpected places. Sequences that catch your eye again and again with a frequency that feels far beyond coincidence. A stranger's words overheard at exactly the right moment, landing with a precision that makes you stop where you are. A song arriving when the question it answers has been living in you for days. A line in a book or a passing comment online that speaks directly to something private inside you. Each of these is a confirmation. A signal from something larger than your individual life, saying simply, "This is real, the process is moving, you are not imagining it." I want to pause here for a moment and ask you to sit with what you have felt reading this. If anything here has resonated, if you have recognized the longing, the dreams, the unexplained physical sensations, the quiet certainty that someone is drawing closer, please do not dismiss that recognition. Do not push it back down beneath the surface out of habit or out of the fear of hoping for something that doesn't come. What you feel is real. Acknowledging it is an act of faith and an act of trust. And trust is one of the most powerful things you can offer right now, both to the process unfolding around you and to the part of yourself that has always known this kind of love was meant for you. Our world often teaches us to trust only what can be measured, proven, and explained through systems that exclude the very things being described here. We are trained almost from birth to silence the subtle voice of the soul in favor of what seems logical or practical or safe. But you have come too far in your own awareness to continue walking that road. You have felt too much that logic could not account for. You have known too many things before they arrived. You are not someone who is meant to suppress their intuition and call it wisdom. You are someone who is meant to develop it, trust it, and allow it to lead you toward what your soul has already recognized as yours. The signs are growing stronger because the moment is growing closer. What once arrived as a gentle whisper is becoming something louder and more frequent. If you have noticed this recently, if the dreams have become more vivid, the feelings more intense, the signs more undeniable, take this as confirmation that the distance between you and this person is actively shrinking. The energy is increasing because the arrival is drawing near. There is one thing that is worth preparing yourself for as this unfolds. When a shift of this magnitude approaches, when a blessing of this depth is getting ready to enter your life, the energy surrounding it can be so strong that it temporarily creates turbulence in your current reality. Things that are no longer aligned with what you are moving toward may begin to fall away. not as punishment, not as a sign that things are going wrong, but as necessary clearing. The old has to make space for the new. The foundation has to be properly prepared before what is coming can be fully received. If things around you have felt unsettled recently, if circumstances have shifted in ways that left you confused or uncertain, know that this disruption is part of the preparation. It is not the end of the story. It is the ground being broken before something extraordinary is born. What is moving toward you is real. What you have felt is real. The waiting has been real and it has had meaning. And what comes next will show you exactly why all of it was necessary to bring you here, to this moment, to the beginning of what has always been meant for you.